Imagine, if you will, the Clone Wars music.
War! On the outskirts of the galaxy are brave, intrepid adventurers. A Jedi Knight? Perhaps. A pirate? Definitively. And several young children find themselves in great peril. They thought they arrived on At Achrann, but in fact they arrived on a different planet with a very similar sounding name in a very dystopian type fashion.
At Achrann?
Now they need to figure out how to get to the real At Achrann, but I don't remember.
Oh.
No At Achrann.
Oh,
now stay tuned for the next
Can't say I remember
4,
no At
5,
Achrann.
6, 7 episodes
Yes.
of Skeleton Crew.
That's right. That's
now,
right.
Don't forget to hit that
Catching
like
up.
button and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can stay up to date.
Ding-a-ding-a-ding.
And a big thank you to Praper, our amazing editors. John, are you excited?
I am excited. It's going to be a thick boy today. I've been
Thicky.
missing this show. I've
Yeah.
been missing you.
Yeah, happy Life Day.
Happy Life Day. Hey,
Yeah.
you know, I put on some of the Star Wars special over the break. But anyway, I'm excited to catch up. We're going to watch, episode 5 and 6 from the past 2 weeks, Christmas and New Year's, and then we're going to cap it all off with the new episode, the penultimate episode, 7.
Math. These cubicles.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like this office. I just like when they throw this kind of stuff into a show like this.
Yeah, you forget that bureaucracy exists even in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
Andor did a great job of that.
I was about to say, Andor, you see like the police side of that, and here you've got like kids and like job office work, but maybe more sinister.
Did something go wrong?
Yes, we need a barrier access code, but you're going to have to steal it.
What?
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
You can use this to break into the system, but don't let anyone see it.
Tap into the mainframe.
Let's have this conversation in a very public place.
They're on a balcony. They're like overlooking an atrium. What could go wrong? Plus, it's hard to read their lips. The elephant.
All right,
guys.
that's a little offensive.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Don't be an alien racist.
I am an alien racist.
Oh, Jesus.
Give me a Neil Blomkamp Star Wars. The Skibbity robots make me want a Neil Blomkamp Star Wars. Oh my god.
Can I help you?
Sir, an energy
it's
surge
typing
was
up a storm.
detected at your terminal.
I don't remember any surges.
Can't say I remember no searches. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. We're happy to be back.
So what are you hiding behind your back?
Nothing.
Then show me your hands.
Do
And your other hand.
some magic.
Please show me both of your hands at the same time.
I love the voice work on these guys.
The coordinator was caught with this. Shall I initiate
Wow, that was the
security
worst
protocol?
spycraft.
Delete all records of
Truly.
the incident. Power yourself down.
Whoa, damn.
Is that the...
It's Mama. Oh, buddy. I don't know, man. That robot must have gotten a report out to somebody already.
I told you to wait.
Droid. Sorry.
We can help the kids without saying anything specific about At Achran's location.
I'm handling this through the proper channels, which is the only way we're ever going to see our kids again.
And is that working?
Who are the proper channels?
Supervisor. Who is definitely a droid.
Supervisor isn't gonna help us.
We gotta go up there.
If it's not Jeff Goldblum, I'm leaving.
What's the plan?
I would
Nice.
love if this entire episode is just the parents. I know it won't be.
You've been really riding for
riding
the
for
parents
that.
episode, and I would be happy. I would be happy about that.
I don't know. I feel like there's something cool about their growth. No, guess not. No. We tried.
It almost feels like, we do a prologue with them, and then we go back to the main adventure.
If we turn him on, he'll just try to kill us again.
The point is, he knows how to find At Achrann.
And I rerouted the memory chip, so it won't overload his core processor.
Excellent.
Because he was about to tear us apart, limb from limb.
It'll be all right. Just turn it on.
You just want to ask him about the treasure.
And you just want him to take you home.
You're just scared.
You're scared.
Well, I guess we have that in common.
Okay, be switching on.
Remember that first episode where I got every line right?
I think about it every night.
That's weird.
Do you remember where At Achrann is?
Make him promise he's not gonna attack us again.
I will not harm you. Those were the old captain's orders. Old Captain
But
Renard.
what about At?
What? Captain Red, attack Renard.
Aye,
Renard.
the very same.
Tack Renard.
This ship is the Onyx Cinder.
Oh, sick.
Onyx Cinder, the Black Pearl.
Attack Renard's the most infamous pirate the galaxy's ever known.
Ooh, the dread pirate Reynolds.
For years, he roamed the skies, plundering, terrorizing whole star systems. Anything he wanted, he took it.
He has a hero.
The story goes, he was after the treasure of At Achrann aboard the mysterious ship, the Onyx Cinder.
Fun.
When he just disappeared.
I'm writing this one, man.
Do you remember where At Achrann is?
Sadly, no. But Captain Wren had scanned At Achrann's coordinates, kept him hid in his lair, deep beneath Skull Ridge Mountain.
Then take us there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Whoa. I just let you tie me up for kicks.
What could go wrong with a pirate's secret hidden lair in an evil-sounding mountain?
There we were on course for At Achrann when Captain Wren began to suspect mutiny.
Ooh.
With a treasure so close, the first mate went mad with greed and challenged the captain
To a deal.
Oh no.
I'm really off, man.
What did Captain Rena do?
The captain's concubine betrayed him.
It's okay. We'll just oil you.
Ooh, the captain's concubine.
He locked out the ship's controls, and the old mutinous lot of them died, crashing into At Achrann.
What's a concubine?
That's so funny. That was my thought.
That's enough story time for now.
Aww.
But, like, imagine being a parent explaining what a concubine is.
I don't want to hear about Renon's secret lair.
Oh, how I've missed it. The place of my assembly.
Ooh.
The lair lies in the heart of a lone mountain where bubbling pits of mud hide the mangled corpses of the captain's foes.
I hope it's like a Walmart now.
What does Star Wars Walmart look like?
Ah, my circuit's bust to see it again. Tis so good to have me memories back. Pillaging, ransacking, carousing.
I love his dialogue.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Nick Frost is killing it. The little glitches are great. Oh, buddy.
What are you doing, boy?
Nothing.
Oh.
Human
Oh,
emotions.
dear.
Oh, dear.
All I ever wanted was a real adventure.
You're going to attack Renner's hidden lair. Sounds pretty good to me.
It's scary and confusing. I miss my dad. You're my mom.
Chin up.
Rub some dirt on it.
At least all your friends weren't killed during Order 66.
Yeah.
See him again soon.
Not my mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
All right. Here's what you do. Forget him.
Yep.
Your fears, your anxieties, your parents. They're what you call attachments, and they're the last thing you need.
He really might be a Jedi.
Uh-oh.
That's what I did.
I can't do that.
You have a powerful imagination. When you want to, you can see grand adventures even in a rotten galaxy like this.
You should be a screenwriter.
That's exactly what we need. One more art student in the galaxy.
Where's the arts district in Star Wars?
You have vision.
Whoa.
He really
That's it.
is like a former Jedi. That's crazy.
Make your life the one you want to live.
Wow.
That was also a nice reference there.
Wait, but if you're not really a Jedi, how'd you do that?
A lot of drones. Yeah, he's a Jedi.
Yeah, he's a Jedi, but he's been out there a long time.
Well, and you grow a little older and you see a little more, and maybe you realize, like, maybe it's not as simple as just severing all attachments and,
Hidden in these mountains, where none dare to go.
What about them?
A planet that nobody can find you? Must be nice for a Jedi.
Cavalcade of fearsome, bloodthirsty buccaneers, no doubt.
They look like pleasure yachts.
You took us to the wrong planet.
Again!
Impossible.
or a Canto Bite.
Skull Ridge Mountain should be directly ahead.
It's totally like a fun pleasure planet now. That's great.
Welcome to Lanupa, a neutral planet where all are welcome if they keep the peace.
Okay.
Violence will be shot down.
Yep.
You brought us to Lanupa.
It goes by many names. The Demon's Rest, Battle World.
Battle
World.
Nice. Nice reference.
Marvel.
Do you have a reservation?
Sure we do.
I thought we were doing
what's
here?
the
Do we have a
reservation?
reservation?
Hey, shush.
Our facilities are intended for adult guests only.
Oh, it's Westworld.
33 and I will get into the lair. We'll find the At Achrann coordinates.
And run off without us. Nice try, we're coming with you.
You can trust me, Stay on the ship.
You ever go to Pleasure Island in Disney World? Parents only?
The only place worth going.
I go where the captain goes.
Oh, fine. Empty your pockets. I'm gonna need every last Old Republic credit you're hiding.
Yeah. Dude, just stack all three of them on top, four
I
of
was
them on
thinking
top
the
of each
same
other.
thing.
Put a robe on them. Put Data. Put Jordy at the top.
That's beautiful.
Wowie. She's familiar. Oh.
Contact waste removal. We may have a situation.
Waste removal standby.
Let's smile.
May I present from the Bratric system the most wise elders.
Oh, Christ.
The most wise elders.
Oh.
Welcome, honored guests, to the famous spas at Skull Ridge Mountain.
Famous spas.
This is Skull Ridge Mountain? They ruined it.
That's so funny.
Weenie Hut General.
I know I said a Walmart, but this is way funnier.
This is yeah.
Oh, they get lays.
No weapons allowed in the spa. A harmless little knife.
Harmless, truly.
You gotta love a knife that gives you tetanus.
What is the meaning of this?
Droids have been used as weapons in the past. This sport restrains all violent action.
Is that
Oh, what? Interesting. What a fun choice. Hey, not bad, man.
So why can't Disney build this hotel?
Truly.
Featuring delicacies from across the sector. Our buffet.
Food for weak.
And below us, carved straight into the mountain rock by, legend has it, ancient pirates, is the spa.
It's no legend, you insolent.
Oh,
World Hot Springs feed our famous rejuvenating mud baths.
fun.
Oh, the boiling mud baths.
Let's go. I want one.
The layer's definitely down there. I hope not.
Do you like luxury?
The banking clan is here for an economic
The
summit
banking clan.
and
Hey!
to enjoy the baths.
Oh, look, come on, Cal.
We are on high alert for spies and
Hey.
imposters.
Speak of the devil.
What name is your reservation under?
These are the reservations you're looking for.
And the wise elders.
Ugh.
There I am, Professor Gorlock's.
You are me.
What?
We're not staying here finding the lair. That's it.
You're right, Mom. I should enjoy myself.
Eh,
Upgrade me to one of your finest suites.
yes.
Ask the chef to select a banquet. I'll dine alone.
Do my eyes deceive me? Or
Nor.
is that Dash Senton?
I love he has different names
How many names
everywhere.
does
What an unexpected
Sent.
delight.
It's Pocket.
Pocket.
He was really close.
Hello, Pocket.
How long's it been?
Since you stole my bounty and left me drowning in a pit of leeches.
No hard feelings.
None whatsoever.
Good.
It's the pirate way. It's a pirate's life.
I tried to find you, just to make sure you knew there was no bad blood.
And that we still have mad love.
No one I met ever heard of a Dash Senton. Do you hunt for a private client now? No more low-rent guild jobs?
Oh.
So don't worry, I'm just here for some R&R.
Why should I worry?
Oh, boy.
I should go.
She's
Oh,
very
back
fun to watch.
Soak.
Back to Soak. Boba
Very
Fett's up
healing.
there.
Hey kids, don't trust this Slimo.
Hey, watch your language.
I like that she referenced the pucks from The Mandalorian.
What name was that reservation
Gotta
under?
do this all over again. Nor!
Listen, that nice lady is a ruthless bounty hunter with a bad grudge. Most likely, she's already called my name in.
Wizard!
She got the tip from Cad Bane.
Wizard.
Wizard! It's gonna happen, Gretchen Wieners.
I mean, a buffet.
Buffet!
We have to assume someone is coming after us. We have to move fast. In and out.
Love In and Out.
If that's what a hamburger is all about.
How do we get in?
Through what they called the spa. But I know he marked the entrance with his sigil. Thusly.
Oh.
So we split into teams and search.
Pillow fight.
Are you listening to any of this?
We're listening.
Oh yeah, what did I just say?
Are you listening to any of this?
Yes.
We're gonna split into two teams and search the spa.
I can't go down there. You worried about corrosion from the steam?
No.
Can't swim.
It just gross is all.
That's true. A lot of bacteria grows in there.
It's okay, you can take the sensory gymnasium.
You take the sensory gymnasium, Professor Gorlocks. I'm searching the spot.
Fine, 33, Fern.
We wanted to search the buffet.
We're not searching the buffet! Team Who is on, we're doing it, we're gonna do it before we get killed by pirates! Am I clear?
I love this show, man.
I do too.
Find the sim, find.
It's just
At
fun.
And hope that dear, lovely Pocket hasn't called in your bounty.
Sure.
I'm claiming your bounty.
Where is the cowardly wretch?
Here's the coordinates.
Starwolf.
I'm sending 2 ships, and keep this quiet.
I wouldn't dream of breathing a word to anyone.
I saw 2 ships come sailing in.
On Christmas Day. On Christmas Day.
Ooh! Hey! It's Jeremy Allen White.
No, sir, not again. No.
Not again.
Not again.
These pools are supposed to be for dissolving corpses in acid. Now look up.
Does that mud come from inside the mountain?
The captain's day eye.
Then we'll follow this pipe. He said the layer's in the heart of the mountain.
Aye, Captain.
I love that he's holding towels.
Yeah. You know, make some tips along the way.
We're following the pipe. Copy that, Jedi 1. We're looking at a bunch of carvings by the mud bath.
Hey.
Captain Rennett's symbol doesn't look like any of these. Let's keep...
This is taking too long.
Uh-oh.
Professor Gorlocks, is it?
Yes.
Professor Umium Gorlocks.
Who officiated my wedding?
Run!
Definitely some Jack Sparrow vibes.
Look! It's Captain Rennett's sign.
Ooh.
You there, attendant. I am in need of refreshments.
Uh-oh.
My apologies. I'll just go get you a selection.
Nope.
Wood.
Not a hut.
You don't smell like an attendant. Are you an assassin? Back away from the captain!
Nor.
Captain, is it?
We need help.
Like a big sea monster.
Have you seen Moana?
Yes. It's been a minute.
I'm getting
but yeah.
some shiny vibes from that guy.
Yeah. Oh, I hope he has some music video. Oh, God. A.K.A. Jodwin Zank.
Now step away from the wise elders and raise your hands.
We're kids.
No!
You're under arrest, too.
Stay wise. Oh.
What are you going to do with that?
Sonic screwdriver. Or sonic wrench.
She's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my man.
Oh, my God. All right. I thought they were going to keep falling.
I mean, they suffered 3rd-degree burns. Half their skin can't, you know, it's still going to end poorly for them. Amen.
The captain needs help in the grottos below.
The grottos.
A good use of the word grotto. You don't get to use that enough.
Yeah.
Quite a story. Then what happened?
Oh, hey, guys. This is Catholics.
Catholics, I was going to say.
So this is John. You were right. Do not trust him.
We have a situation here, so...
Catholics is going to help us out.
Catholics. Very much just wearing their influences.
This show is magic, man.
Magic Man. El Diablo. Nice transition. Oh! Always very cool.
Bounty hunters?
Welcome to the Nupa, a neutral planet where all are welcome if they keep the...
Oh, shit! I want a show about this. Like, do White Lotus.
White Lotus
here?
in the Nupa.
Oh, my God. That's, you know.
That's actually a really solid pitch.
Graft more genres and flavors.
If you survive, I'd love to hear the end of your story someday.
Thanks, Catholics.
Please bring him back.
Captain Rennet carved a maze of tunnels and
I appreciate a Cthulhu.
Follow me and watch where you step.
You hear about the Star Trek crossover with Cthulhu?
What?
Cthulhu?
Looks like they were decapitated.
Spooky skeleton.
Decapitated.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Yep.
Little Indiana Jones.
Jehovah starts with an eye.
Step.
I'll bring up the rear. In case the guards catch up.
There's not a giant ball.
Yeah. Giant kyber crystal.
Remember, we have a deal. You only get your reward when you get us home.
Okay. I'll go in the middle.
Is that a New Hope quote? Not exactly.
It's like
It's
poetry.
close. It rhymes.
It references itself.
Spawn's being attacked by pirates.
Yar. What would be the Star Wars equivalent of Jehovah starts with an I?
Whoa.
Oh, that's
Of
cool.
what?
Whatever the line is in Last Crusade. It's an I. Jehovah doesn't start with a J. It's an I.
Don't worry.
It's a Y. Goes with Yoda. Oh, no. I liked him, too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh.
Whoa. Did I do that?
I thought he was going to say it.
Captain Renard's lair should lie directly beneath this chamber.
Maybe he's Dash Rendar from N64.
Great.
If they do something crazy and it's Kyle
That's
Katarn.
not water. 33.
My favorite character.
He kind of
related to
He had
Bo-Katan.
pirate days. No, Kyle
Appears to
Katarn?
be acid, Captain.
That was a test.
Get out of here, John.
Do a house on a haunted hill and bring like a spooky skeleton out on a wire.
Look for a lever. We've got to get through before those pirates catch up.
Well, I don't know what a lever is, but I can find the lever. Pull the lever, Kronk.
Lever, I just met her. Pull the lever, Krunk.
All who enter paradise must make the greatest sacrifice. What is that? Life. Someone has to sacrifice their life.
Nor.
You have a lot to learn about pirates.
Treasure.
At Achrann was known for killing. He didn't think twice about taking a life.
To him, life was not the greatest sacrifice. What was?
Don't throw out credit.
Treasure.
They're learning.
But you spent all our dataries.
Are there any left?
Oh. Come on, gang. Check the lining. My man. Oh. Great sound effect. Whoa. I was going to say, is it going to... Oh, it's going to drain. I was like gold stepstones or something.
Oh, the poor guy that walked in there thinking it was life.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Let's go. Let's go, let's go.
Poor few guys. I want a Skeleton Crew video game.
Like a Indiana Jones and the Golden Circle.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it would probably be that style. Well, you know, you mix in some space travel, some puzzles, some, you know, exploring.
I love that. Oh, my boy.
Creepy.
Sick.
The Crystal Skull.
Wizard.
That would actually be such a great cameo. Come on.
Stop.
Not defend the indefensible.
Is the plunder booby-trapped too?
Oh, yeah. Spread out.
Hot take.
Look for something that looks like a data port, quickly.
What did
No
he
touch
say
it.
originally? His lips didn't quite match. Ooh, look at that golden idol.
Pirate captains never trust their crew. It could be anything.
I feel like there's so many Easter eggs in here.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to like take
This
time.
is your moment, man.
I'm looking.
This is
I'm looking.
why you're here.
What's a little baby lightsaber? Wait, it's a real lightsaber.
It's, yeah.
It's not. Maybe it is.
It's a replica from the gift shop.
From Galaxy's Edge. From the Star Tours gift shop.
What are we even looking for?
A data port.
Oh, he's
or
absolutely taking the
something-
lightsaber.
Something that looks off.
It's cool. It's like a High Republic era one, too.
All of the food on the table looks
Except-
rotten, except that roast. It's fresh from the cooker.
Oh, it's cursed. Oh, Snapperino.
I love pirates.
I'll do it.
Use the Force, bro. Unless it doesn't work on meat.
You know, the sonic screwdriver doesn't work on organics, right? Hey, fun. Fun fake roast.
Tis the captain's log.
33. Access this data port.
Captain?
Captain's log.
Stardate. 47 after Battle of Yavin.
Searching.
I wish I could learn that way.
How are we gonna do it?
I can say I remember everything about At Achrann.
You have access to this system?
No.
Refill that chamber with acid.
Ooh, his posture is fun.
Oh my god.
So,
The treasure. Is it really on the planet? Is it on At Achrann? Is it real?
is Treasure Planet real?
Treasure is mentioned in the captain's log.
Let me see the old devil.
Oh, I wonder who plays the captain.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
I have the ship, clad in armor and ready, but my crew still doubts At Achrann is real.
Oh.
No one knows it is the last Old Republic mint.
Old Republic Mint.
Is that Joffrey Rush?
It could be.
That'd be a fun
That'd be
cameo.
a very fun cameo.
An Old Republic mint.
It's a mint again.
That's where you make coin, boy.
It's where they make money.
Make money. You can have infinite money.
But the economies don't work like that.
Jod, remember what you promised. You take us home, you get a fair reward, right?
Yeah, we still have a deal, right?
Dude, just live at the Mint.
I invoke my right to challenge the captain as per the code.
Oh,
wow, dude.
My God.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Wow.
Sorry, Captain. I must follow the pirate's code.
It's the prime directive.
And I won't have to hurt you.
You
Just say
wouldn't.
you yield. Yield?
He has the lightsaber.
Just say you'll yield.
Throw the punch. Yes. Oh, come on, Wim. Wim Saber, let's go.
I'm really sorry about this. I really am. You have to actually say it.
You're a grown up. You can't fight us. We're just kids. It's not fair.
Come on, yeah.
There it is. Ignite it.
Scary and confusing, but you gotta rise to the occasion, bro.
Yeah, my boy.
Let's go.
Careful, Wim. It's not one of your stories.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, jeez. No, I guess, yeah. I mean, that makes, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Come on.
Come on.
Are you?
Damn.
Sorry, friend. Jod is the victor.
Now challenge him back.
Orders, Captain Jod.
Take this lot prisoner. Charges mutinous intent against their captain.
Wow.
Well, technically, they weren't committing mutiny while he was captain.
Captain's orders.
Wait, I know.
Hey.
Where did that take them?
Oh, come on, man. Oh. You guys. You guys. Wait.
No wonder the internet was all upset we weren't reacting.
Yeah, wow.
We missed a great one.
Dang.
Wow, boy.
You're gonna have to look up the director of this one.
Yeah,
too.
that was phenomenal. I wonder if they're going to tell us who the pirate was.
Let's find out before we move on to episode 6. This is a fun one, man. I
I've
really
not had
enjoyed
that much
this.
fun in a long time.
Yeah. Hey! Oh, we're getting separated.
New Disney attraction unlocked.
I was gonna say Disney water slide.
This is what going on slides at the playground was like in the 90s.
Yeah, but you'd be like falling, and the velocity is crazy.
And
You're
it's
like, oh my
metal,
god, I don't know what's gonna happen.
All your skin is burning because it's metal and hot.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I
It's
have
like
to say that
mini
was the
golf.
best case scenario.
That was the best possible scenario for that. Not only did that trapdoor lead somewhere where you won't just die right away, but it's also like connected to the sewage mud ventilation.
KB's injured. Can you stop making jokes?
What's wrong with her?
John?
Turn her off and turn her back on again.
Sometimes her augs go bad and then she can't move.
Oh no. Her augs.
I'm gonna reset your occipital link.
Oh, it's literally
Whoa.
turn her off and back on again.
It's what works, you know?
Oh, I wonder if she has like a disability or something, and that's what keeps her
Don't worry,
alive.
KB.
She's got a bunch of augmentation.
Yeah, I just assumed that her parents are like big fans of Elon Musk.
She's got that Neuralink, baby. Hey! God, he's having a ball. Oh, hello there.
Hello. Yes, I'm glad you're here. I'd like to check out, refuel my ship, prepare for my immediate departure.
Don't move. You're not going anywhere.
Oh.
We've got a very special cabin in our ship, all ready for you, Silver.
Down there is the biggest pile of loot you will ever lay your eye on.
Yes.
You're going straight to Captain Brutus. Let's go.
Brutus.
I'm in line for something even bigger. I'll cut you in. 33! Attack!
Oh, damn. Nor. 33 is iced out.
No hard feelings, Dash.
Just getting that close to your dream.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Where's that one guy with the beard? Where's the beard guy? He's always on patrol. I'll learn his name.
No, that's up to you, Joe.
Wow. I love this place. I never want to leave.
Those other ships are fighting them off. They're like the ones that Kim called. She said they were called X-Wings.
Yeah, they are, kids.
Oh.
But John said X-Wings were bad. No, they're the good guys.
It's all about perspective.
Are they going to bring At Achrann back into the New Republic?
I guess they could.
Well, in their defense, they were flying pretty fast.
Yeah, they don't know that they're looking for you.
It's too bad, because I have the coordinates home and everything. So it's in your brain? Perfect. So now we just need to climb back to our ship.
That's convenient.
Still there, see?
It's about to take.
It's not perfect.
Uh-oh.
It's impossible.
No, you can figure it out.
Win, stay here. You too, Neil.
It's actually kind of great to give the kids their own episode.
You are okay, right?
Yeah.
So I just know Wim's gonna fight me on climbing the cliff. How should we play it? Because, to be honest, I don't even know if Neil's gonna be able to. Maybe we should consider some other options. I can't think of any other options. You can't. So you just assume there aren't any? Hey, KB, why are you... Because if you were actually interested, you'd actually be listening for once. And maybe we'd actually talk about something.
Oh.
There's something so important that you want to tell me, then go ahead.
Remember the first time you, kind of stood up for yourself to a friend?
Yeah.
Get away!
Whoa.
They could be dangerous! No, they're friendly!
Friendly.
They're little hermit crab droids.
They can help.
No, wait. Sorry, Wim. No.
Yes, yes, yes. Let it happen.
Climb back to the ship and up there? No, you're gonna fall and smash all the bones in your body. No, I'm not. Yes, you are.
All the bones.
We all need to work together to get back to the ship.
I know, that's what I've been saying. These guys are locals. Follow them to someone who can help.
Hello.
Follow.
Friendly follow.
I'm with Wim.
Oh. It's no more captain.
I guess we're splitting up.
Oh.
I guess we are. Let's go, Neil.
Yeah, probably groups of two makes the most sense. We'll pick you guys up once we get to the ship.
We'll already be at the ship waiting for you.
I'm with the talking crabs. I've only had good experience
I'm all the
with
way
talking
with
crabs.
the talking crabs, all right?
Captain Brutus will now pronounce the verdict.
I find the so-called Mad Captain Silvo guilty.
Oh, throw him in the brig.
Democracy.
His heinous crimes, I sentence him
Run on.
to death by airlock.
Oh, that's a fun way to go.
Walk the lock. Oh, no. She's got a soft spot for old whatever his name is.
Where is she from? She's so familiar.
What of equal time? Right of last appeal. So says
Orange is
the
the new
Pirate's
black.
Code.
She's great casting.
Okay.
The right of last appeal must be honored.
I don't know if I got that far.
Most gracious. Equal time will now begin.
Yeah. Cool. I want.
I'm hungry. I've been hungry since I can remember. It's all I ever have are scraps.
What's he on about?
How long have you been hungry? How long have you been left behind? In the junk heaps of the galaxy fighting over crumbs?
Enough of this glitter speech, Silvo.
Glitter
The words of a dead man are worthless.
Dead men tell no tales.
We're all hungry!
Let's go, Jude.
Because credits are scarce. There's never enough.
What if there were a place where you didn't have to divvy up your take?
Yeah.
Because your take never ran out. Imagine that.
Print money all day.
Imagine if you could buy yourself an entire ocean.
That'd be something.
I failed you.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Kona.
Kona's in a lot of stuff lately.
You should have a command of your own, and not just one ship, an entire fleet.
A Dread Pirate Kona.
I'll bite Silvo. What's the trick?
What's the trick?
No trick. Just a virgin gleam of brand new Old Republic credits.
Just like the creds them brats were flashing. I told you they were real.
They're real. And I know where they make them. I know where they make them because I heard it from Tack Renard.
Tack Renard.
Renard is dead.
Tack Renard soared away.
Nice.
Let's go.
Aboard the Onyx Cinder, and never was he seen again. What's the last line?
Down, down, down the road.
He did plunder.
For at Achrann he did plunder. We all know Brutus makes a very capable first mate.
Hey.
You stick with him, you'll get a meager reward. Come with me. I'll give you the entire Criffin Galaxy.
Criffin Galaxy.
Time's up.
Hey. You're definitely not getting any.
If there's no treasure, you're going for a little ride.
Hells yeah. Let's go. Star Wars dump.
I wish there was like a sci-fi animated movie that was piratey, but also in space. And there was a planet full of treasure.
Can't name one movie that could fit this description.
Did you come with me because you actually believe in the trash crabs? Or just because you're mad at Fern? Tell the truth.
It's time for a heart-to-heart or to motherboard. What's got like a boot? Oh, Henry Warden. Hey.
Do you think SM33 is okay?
Oh.
KB, do you...
Oh no.
KB, what's wrong?
Whoa. Visor's up.
I can't move.
Nor.
My augs are corroded.
Corroded? What should I do?
Gather some droid servos, and maybe we can fix it.
Whoa.
Okay.
This is heavy, Doc.
Yeah. Are you trying to say that the density of gravity is different in the future, Marty?
It's pretty good.
Hey.
It's pretty good. Dr. Emmett Brown.
That was my Dr. Phil impression.
Oh.
Step by step, it's not that hard.
It is for me. I don't have long spider legs like you, okay?
Jesus.
I can't reach between the rungs.
Are we going to lose 2 kids in this episode?
Yep.
I'm sorry, but not everyone can do things the same way you can.
Aww. That's actually kind of a nice beat to touch on.
Is this enough droid parts?
Yes.
Eh.
Let me show you what to do.
Pull up a YouTube video on servos.
Unwind the lighter wires. I got it.
Have you ever done this before?
Sort of. Not outside.
Is this why you didn't want to climb?
Oh, yeah. She would have just...
You could have just told Fern.
Sometimes she's not exactly living in the real world herself.
Oh, yeah, totally.
What do you mean? Ever since my accident, Fern always assumed I could do anything she could.
Oh.
Like I'm not different.
Okay, that sounds good.
But I am different.
This is really interesting.
Yeah.
Pull out the resonator housing.
Wow, she's like really...
She's very augmented.
Really augmented.
Yeah.
What's a microfuse?
What a really cool way to explore disability.
It's a little metal cylinder.
And it's that interesting conversation about like...
Pretending I could run around on a freezing cold moon. Wow. Through a bunch of steam.
Wow.
Climb a cliff. Days without maintenance. That's just not reality, Fern.
So then just tell her that.
I can't do that.
That's a very convincing effect with her head.
Because she doesn't have patience for that. You know how she is. And then I'll have 0 friends again.
Aww.
So dumb. Anyway, you could just be friends with me and Neil.
Yours is enough? It'll have to be. Take the torch.
British torch.
The wires.
Oh no, real torch.
Real torch. Real torch.
That's actually, that's a tender scene. Like there's some nice little nuances that they let the performances carry as well as the conversation. Wowie. Melt it all down in this hookah.
Now pour into the mold.
Whoa. I mean, that's a very well-insulated little dingus there.
Replace microfuse.
Ooh. And yeah, that whole thing of like, you don't want to be treated different, but you do want people to like consider and account for what has changed out of care for you. Whoa. I'm not falling for this.
Man, they got me for a second.
It's nice with your little swoop tie up.
That was close. To what? Total system shutdown.
Golly.
Hey, he's a hero.
He is.
Probably thought it would be more exciting to save someone's life. Anyway, thanks, Jedi.
Thanks, Jedi. Well, that's a fun thing, too, because there's this little theme running along, too, of like, adventure isn't exactly what you expect it to be. Like, the swashbuckling story comes in the retelling later after you've suffered through half of it and been mystified by the other half.
Yeah, it's sort of also a good metaphor for Star Wars.
You know?
That sometimes it's just really good writing and intimate personal character stuff. It doesn't have to be all spectacle.
Yeah.
It just needs to be real and good.
Is that a ship?
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're bringing it down.
We're gonna get out of here. Follow me.
Hello.
Yeah, this is a real nice episode.
I want to know who built them.
Yes.
And I hope it's a great character.
I want, like, a wild robot movie about them. Whoa. Is he going to sing Shiny Things?
Shiny!
Ma'am?
Madam. Ma'am?
I think we're in trouble.
I think we're in trouble. Trouble.
I think we're food.
Wowie. Oh, please swallow them up and have them have to, fight their way out of the belly of the beast.
This is not so.
Ooh.
I'm always wrong about who's the good guy.
Yeah.
He's learning.
Hey, it's right.
Oh, it's not.
Oh. Get low. Whoa.
Oh.
Hey. Very fun. Oh.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh boy. All grunting.
Any broken bones?
Neil, that was amazing.
Yeah.
We're getting good at falling.
With style.
Nice.
We're getting pretty good at falling. You have to get good at falling. That's part of the adventure.
KB, are you okay?
Oh.
Let him help fix my Ogs.
Yeah, we made a new microfuse for her resonator housing and then you saved us.
Yeah, but I never should have left
Aw.
You were amazing. And you even got the ship and everything. And me and KB were so...
KB, I am so sorry for not listening.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I was afraid to tell you when there's things I can't do.
It's okay.
Yeah, man.
You're my best friend.
Do you guys hear that?
This was very sweet.
And I'm SM33, and you're my best friend.
Yes.
Hey, John.
And then he sheds one single little rat thing from his broken eye. Yes, Michael, you were going to say something. Hey! Toy Story 3 is happening in there.
I was about to say you're my best acquaintance.
Ooh.
Wow, that is Toy Story 3.
That is.
Anybody know how to start this thing? I watched 33 and Jod do it. I think it was something like this.
1, 2, 3, 4. Something like.
No. Engage.
Even this looks like a big sea creature.
I'll go jumpstart the engine. Wait, KB, who's gonna fly the ship?
You are.
You are. What, me? You did it before with Jod.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Do it again. It's like a big crawdad, or what are the shrimp that like clean the?
No, we're not. I'll see if I can shoot that thing off.
Yeah, cause you did the turret before.
You hit the throttle. Throttle. Got it.
Punch it, Neil. Bonk.
Nice.
Wait for it.
What a beautiful, pathetic bucket of bolts.
Oh, they learned so many things from Jack that they can put into practice now. Play the really hard video game that always looks more fun than it is at every arcade. It's too invincible. Oh, what a delight.
Beautiful the mind of a child is, yes, sir.
He's got imagination, that whim.
That's flying to hyperspace.
There's too much power.
No, you can't do it from inside the atmosphere. That'd be dangerous.
Wowie. Wow, wow, wow.
It's not working. It's jumped on too hard. Engine's overheating.
Have to blow it off the hull.
Well, how do we do that?
Hyperspeed.
The emergency hull demolition sequencer.
Oh, yeah, that.
The 33 said never.
That's right.
Remember the little red button? Push the little red button.
He said never, ever touch it.
Well, he's not here right now.
Oh, it's going to make it a smaller ship.
Yeah. Wowie. This is a really cool, like, sequence.
They're literally looking at each other like Woody and Buzz going down.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Wow. 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 That is very cool looking. And it's like it's literally coming out of its shell.
They're coming out of their shell.
They are as soft little crabs. Little space crabs. That's a pretty sweet looking
way
ship.
Cooler.
Yeah. When you take it out of the charger case, there's so much more you can do with it.
Wow, that is iconic looking.
Yeah. What do we call this flying machine?
Isn't it like the Onyx?
Oh, yeah, the Black Pearl. The Onyx Cinder.
The Onyx what?
Cinder?
Oh, I thought you said sphincter.
The Onyx Sphincter.
That looks more like an Onyx Cinder than whatever it was before.
It's true.
That was great. We
That
cutting
was-
to credits? That can't be it, right? Yeah, is it?
Bryce Dallas
that
Howard.
checks the heck
They always
out.
gotta sneak one in.
You know, something about Bryce Dallas Howard. Maybe it's just the funness of the name.
About Bryce.
And Dallas, the city that killed Kennedy.
That's where my brain goes first.
That's what I can think of always. Do we have another?
We have another. We got episode 7.
Is it out right now?
It's out right this minute. We got to do this thing.
I'm not going to lie. This is the first time in a long time that I'm like if you told me there wasn't another episode to watch right now, I would be very upset.
I would be too.
I give them so much credit for greenlighting this.
Yeah.
I really...
This might be one of the last gems of the we need to make as much content as possible wave of Star Wars.
And I appreciate it. It's managed to keep its distance from all of the other pieces while still logically fitting right in.
Well, that's the thing about a big map, I feel like. It should be more possible to do stuff like that.
Be careful. Barrier access codes are not easy to come by.
Getting involved with the underbelly.
I wonder if the name of it's referring to the parents, not the kids. You're in very big trouble.
Sorry. Here's the transmitter. But will that thing really get through the barrier?
Well, that's the thing is they're out of their element.
Did you hear that? What'd you call me?
There. That'll do it.
Oh!
The line!
You have an unauthorized communication device. Step away or you will be stunned.
Damn. Everyone's getting caught with their sneaky plans. Oh! No!
She'll be fine. Run!
Numa.
For your own safety.
Whoa. Nice effect on the stuns.
Ooh.
It's literally like running a torch.
Being stunned while in water? I feel like that's...
No!
Oh, it's gonna go. It's gonna go.
Undersecretary Kratter, set down the communicator.
Oh,
of
that
course
is
it would be you.
specifically the name.
Yeah.
Set down the communicator, or you will be stunned.
I wish they would like figuratively stun you. They'll just do something like so unexpected. You'd be like, whoa.
They're tap dancing?
Yeah, they're so well organized. Again, it doesn't feel robotic.
I like the little twinges of the Force theme in there.
This reminds me of another sequence too, in a fun, sort of fantastical way.
And this is over New Jersey.
Hey,
It's all those drones.
Hey, Shepard. According to these instruments, we should be home soon.
hey,
Wait, come here.
everything's
Told
coming
you
up
I'd get us
Millhouse.
home.
He looks like he's not going to leave a man behind.
Uh-oh, witty Jack.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Maybe they'll let us keep the ship?
Right.
We can land out in the woods.
Yeah, no one will find it. We'll just cover it with some trees.
Say we got lost this whole time.
No, once we get back, then everything goes back to the way it was.
I still have to take assessment.
Oh, it literally comes down to not wanting to do a test. Well, I guess it that decides his whole career, right?
It does.
I never should have pushed this stupid button in the first place.
Don't say that.
Yeah, it was a really fun adventure. Half the time I was about to die, but that's what a real adventure is like.
True.
Can confirm.
I'm glad you did. You'll be fine.
The question is, should you return at all?
I mean, it must be pretty hard to realize that your planet is fundamentally cut off from the entire galaxy.
And like, you know, if you are being drawn to a life of adventure, that's like the safest possible life, which is kind of a downer.
This is At Achrann. It's a toxic maelstrom. Is this right, Chelt?
Position's correct, Captain.
Toxic Maelstrom. That's my band.
This At Achrann of yours don't look like a treasure planet to me.
He said a treasure planet.
Any ship that goes in there will be destroyed. Prepare the airlock.
It's funny because it looks so beautiful from the ground level.
Oh, it's probably a holographic disguise.
How stupid are you, Brutus? If it isn't in front of your face, it doesn't exist. It's a trick, you fools.
I mean, that would be a smart assumption.
It's camouflaged.
Is that what you came here for, men? More fables?
Renard was here.
He wrote it on the bathroom stall.
33, check the log.
The real treasure planet be hidden inside an endless storm.
Right into the eye of it, me lads.
It's hidden inside. I'll bet my life on it. You give me a fighter, I'll fly him myself.
I bet my life.
I'll take that bet, but you're not going anywhere. One of my crew will fly into the storm. Send out a volunteer.
Nah. If your best dude doesn't like come out and become a character, this mission's not going well. What is this creature's species?
Well, they're from Mon Cal. So the interesting thing is that Mon Cal has these two competing species that cause all different sorts of tension. There's a really great arc in the Clone Wars about it.
See? Perfectly safe.
But they ended up joining the Confederacy of Independent Systems.
Getting some chop.
Maybe we should send in another.
And another and another.
It's a defensive grip. Of course it is.
This is a fun game with him, too.
Prepare to dump the trash.
33.
It's like his conclusions make sense, but also sound plausibly like ravings.
No, you kill me and you're throwing away the greatest treasure the galaxy's ever known. Let me out.
You lot will be joining him.
Nah, no.
Wait!
Oh, no.
Something unsenses us, Captain. A ship out of hyperspace.
Hey.
Look at those old thermal vents. Don't make him like that no more.
I've got it.
Oh, no.
The ship's the key. That's how we get to At Achrann.
One more roll of the dice, boy.
So that's what the barrier looks like from the outside.
No wonder no one ever went in there.
I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. I would want to go in there, and then I would die.
Caught in a tractor beam.
We're dead meat! We're pirates meat!
We're dead meat James.
God, that's beautiful.
Yeah. On the shine.
The onyx cinder, right?
That's right.
As life's simple, treasure or no, I'm gonna kill you first chance I get.
I wouldn't do that. Crew loves me.
And I love you.
The crew loves plunder.
Nah, the crew loves me.
My dashing charm and quick wit are the plunder.
Whoever's in there, come out unarmed, or we're coming in. Bunch of cowards. All right.
Oh! The claw.
Release the tractor beam, and we'll let him go.
I love these kids.
Fear not, my friends.
Why isn't he back in the break?
Did he just do that himself?
Sure did.
Clever girl.
Don't come any closer. That's warning. Let us go, or this guy's done for.
This guy is done for. Good moment to kidify the words a bit. Whoa! Mark Starwolf.
Brutus
is dead.
Was a stinking, backstabbing mutineer.
To Jod Na Nawood. Na Nawood.
And you want to follow him?
God, he's got the swagger of Lando, man.
Seize the vessel. You'll find 4 scared children on board. Hold them hostage. Gunter, fetch me 33.
Tutti frutti summer love.
Prepare the frigate to take At Achrann.
Prepare the frigate to take At Achrann. I like that I buy that he's not a savory cat right now, though. As much as I don't fully expect that to be the payoff.
Yeah, I'm so curious. They could just take it in so many directions.
Find out whatever mechanism allows this ship to pass unharmed. Rip it out and install it in the frigate.
Aye, Captain.
When you choose a helmet, do you get to choose the voice? And
Probably not.
What's this on the call?
An incoming transmission.
We're sending out this message on a communication buoy, hoping you'll hear it. Just know we love you so much.
Oh my.
And Fern, I know how much you worry, but you're not in trouble. You're gonna make it home, and this message will tell you how.
Wow.
We're trying to escape. We just want to hear.
Jeez, man. Heartless.
You can make it home, Neil, my sweet baby boy. Your little brother just lost a tooth.
Hey.
He got a shiny new datary, but he said all he wanted was his big brother.
Oh.
Find a Republic emissary.
That's an official who knows the secret location of At Achrann and how to get through the barrier. Be careful. The barrier can be very dangerous. And don't tell anyone else where you're from.
Oops.
I wish we could say more. You weren't supposed to find out about any of this until you graduate. Wim, I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. Please come home.
I'm not a happy idiot with you gone.
Public emissary, like a Jedi Knight.
Oh, perhaps.
We need to take the ship back. But how? We need a plan. We could trick Jod. We know he's greedy. I mean, maybe we can even...
Sorry.
Always best to have a hostage.
I don't care how many fake names you have, because we know that you're a liar, and this is our ship because we found it first.
Well, now it's mine.
Actually, since you're currently captain of the frigate, this vessel remains unattested.
Hey.
By the pirate code, a captain can lay claim to one vessel, and only one.
Hey.
I
claim the ship. I claim the Onyx Cinder.
I call claimsies.
I am the captain of this ship, and you all take orders from me.
Aye, Captain John.
I call unclaimsies!
What?
What?
I call unclaimsies and claim it for kids only. 33, get these pirates off our ship.
I'm afraid it doesn't work like that.
I guess it does.
Aye, but it'd be close enough.
My man. Okay.
What in the
interesting turn of events here?
I mean, that's why they put the helmet on him.
I guess, yeah.
Just to get punched.
Get us home, 33.
Aye, Captain Fern. It'd be my honor.
Fun. And it is kind of fun and fascinating because, like, you were it makes it so that at times you get to root for Jude Law, and at times you get to enjoy the satisfaction of him being
Why
foiled.
did you send out the Alexander? Captain! Send some fighters after it. That ship is the key.
Oh. Wow. It is a lovely looking ship.
Ah, man.
It's a handsome ship. Oh. Not bad. Wow.
Wow, that is like a stunning ship, man. What great visuals.
Gotta buy that model now. They're in a 4-dimensional pinball machine. You were saying.
Would appear the defensive grid is still active.
But will we safe?
Aye, that was Captain Rennett's genius. Stealing one of the Minx old ships so we can fly it safely back through.
My man.
We could get hit at any moment. Don't stop. Keep going.
Whoa. Green. Yeah.
Yes, it worked. We're alive. It's not a pirate ship. It's an At Achrann ship.
Hey. It's one of the Queen's own fleet.
Oh, wow.
Fun.
It's a little planet.
Planet, a Russian nesting planet.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Is that really it? At Achrann looks huge from up here. We made it.
Oh, we're being locked into an autopilot landing sequence.
Just like on Hannah's planet.
Sure.
My mom totally lied on that call. We're gonna be in so much trouble. I don't even care anymore.
Oh.
But you should.
Well. Back again, are we?
Oh, no. Lightsaber.
Stay with our kids. I'll handle this.
Oh, shit. Wow.
All right, get down.
It's a bit of a bastard move for sure.
Get on the ground!
Huh.
Down! Keep your heads down. And no talking.
Oh.
Hey. Little guy.
This is Captain Silvo. I'm on board the Onyx Cinder. We made it through. At Achrann is on the inside, exactly like I told you. Come in.
Come in.
Come in.
Oh, come in on the radio. not come in through the death trap.
It's on auto.
Shut up!
Your incessant jabber. Honestly, it is unbearable.
Leave him alone.
All of you, not just him.
Oh, that's nice.
You're the worst one.
Buddy.
Poor boy.
Yeesh.
We're about to get some backstory.
What? What exactly are you going to do? You're all weak. Weak, sheltered, spoiled children. I've got a terrible headache and 0 patience left. So be quiet and let me think. I'm gonna contact the frigate, and you lot are not gonna say a word. Not one word. You understand? You're gonna follow my lead.
No.
If I get even a hint that any of you are thinking otherwise.
Irony.
I'm going to use the Youngland Slayer 3000.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed seeing your parents' faces on the comm earlier. Makes it very easy for me to know who to carve up.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a fair threat.
I will. Each one, piece by piece, slowly.
It's so funny using the blue lightsaber.
Literally going to pretend to be a Jedi.
If you don't behave.
Wow. Oh.
You are all in violation of At Achrann's security protocols.
You will be skibbity written up.
Why did you release this communications device through the barrier?
Because you left us no choice.
You droids don't listen.
We are always available for standby.
That's so funny.
Nicely done.
What was that?
Citizens of At Achrann, this is the supervisor speaking.
Oh my.
An emissary is arriving for a shipment. All non-essential work is suspended.
It's KB.
Until offload is complete.
Is that the ship?
That is.
Huh.
That supervisor's voice sounded a little familiar.
Yeah,
this probably hasn't happened in a while, huh?
wow. Oh, cool apparatus.
So like that it is thoroughly locked into place.
Yep. On lock.
Welcome, At Achrann. You must be the visiting Republic emissary.
Yes, of course I am.
Of course I am.
And these are 4 waifs I found along the way.
Travel outside the barrier is not permitted. Planet-wide protocol requires that any visiting emissary proceed directly to the Mint to begin offload procedures.
Good, very good. I need to speak to my other ship. Comms have been jammed.
We will proceed to the Mint.
Oh.
Dang. Interesting.
Oh, no, guess you can't see the kids.
Nor.
God, I'm loving this, man.
Yeah, this is really fun. And even though the genre riff it's going for is quite distinct, like...
These children have been reported missing. I will alert the parents right away.
Hold them on my ship for their own safety.
They've made fun twists and turns on top of all that.
You know, children, you heard the emissary.
Wow.
Woof. Ha.
It's the datery.
Beautiful.
What a great concept.
We'd hoped you would be pleased.
It would be best if I contacted them.
Communication outside the barrier is not permitted.
I am your emissary. I need open communication with my other ship.
You must speak with the supervisor.
The supervisor. Better than dealing with a droid.
Wow, bro.
We'll go and fetch him with some of your finest refreshments. Thank you.
Let me speak to your manager.
The supervisor. I don't buy it that it's a person.
Well, yeah, that, and also, I don't know, like, the tone in the droid's voice is interesting.
Yeah, I just get so many weird vibes, man. I love that I don't know what's gonna happen.
They're casting doubt in a lot of places.
Absolutely.
Which is, like, good for, especially, like, an adventure like this.
I mean, even him, I feel like, is there still time for a redemption arc?
Hey, we got at least a half hour left of this.
Hey, remind me, how many votes do you have like this?
1,139.
THX.
Nice.
1,139. Whoa. Nice lens choice.
Wow.
All that chocolate. He's moved to tears.
No touching.
Oh my. Oh my. Nor, dude, what are you doing?
Scrooge McDucking.
He truly is. It's okay. Every emissary does that their first time in the vault. It's fine.
Honestly, I would too, man.
I was just throwing it.
Would you say he was getting a golden shower?
Yes. Yeah. What else?
Disgusting.
How else could you describe it? That's completely innocuous, Mike. The context is.
Oh. Please just tell them the truth.
Yeah. They're all together and isolated. That's not good. Oh.
Dude, these kids deserve so much credit for not instantly dying.
Serious. What choice of words would bring me back to you? Just some descriptions of how to deal with an emissary.
My boy. Let me look at you.
All right, maybe you do lie.
Let me get one last look at you.
What happened?
Ooh. Ooh. Lee Isaac Chung, eh? All right. Interesting.
How is this gonna end, John?
I don't know. This music, man. I was wondering at the very top if they've been. Remember Andor? They added to the little opening music sting each time.
Oh,
I keep wondering if they've done anything like that here. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm fascinated. Like it's cool to start off in a place where you feel like, okay, I know what kind of story this is, and I know what kind of adventure we're going on, and certainly it has all those, tropes of the, coming of age adventure genre. However, the further we've gotten and the more they do start to peel back this onion, the less I feel like I know, and the more I feel like, how the hell are we going to wrap this up next week?
A series of endless surprises, twists and turns, all of which have felt earned, all of which have felt spontaneous, but also thoughtful and considerate in the writing.
Yeah.
And the character, I mean, not to diss child actors or anything, but like to have a cast of children perform consistently in such a way to where they're so lovely, they're so compelling.
Yeah.
There's never been an episode where I'm like, God, can we just not?
As the staunchest proponent of a parents-only episode that we've not yet gotten, it hasn't been a begrudging return to the kids.
Only because I find them to also be really compelling.
Yeah,
but not that I don't find the kids compelling.
The kids are, compelling enough to at least assuage your burning desire for the parents episode.
I felt like the parents had this sort of devolution into becoming children again in order to save their kids. They all needed to step out of their very strict way of life, the information that they know, and they had to embrace the qualities in each of their children that they probably actively scolded their children for.
Yeah.
And I found that really compelling. And again, this show is such a great family watch that kids, of course, are going to put themselves in the roles of the children in the show.
Yeah.
But parents being able to put themselves and think about I would absolutely.
Well, that's the thing is that and it would be a good argument for having a little bit more of the parent stuff. But either way, with what they have here, it's a nifty. There's that element of any one of these kid adventures that the parents are worried. But here in particular, it feels like there is this element of, they are now being thrust into the unknown, as we all are as children, thrust into the unknown, forced to learn, forced to discover that the world as they know it isn't quite what they know it to be. And that's a nice, it's a very conscientious mechanism to employ for a story like this. And I do appreciate it. Does kind of feel like you're flipping through a serial or a comic book, because it's you check in with the parents once an episode pretty much at the beginning.
Just have a little,
and
which is very grounding.
Yeah, and it's kind of not as much as part of me would welcome the solely parents episode. The other part of me is but I do like this other distinct choice to make it, a thread that we check in with alongside, each part of the episode and or each installment of the show. And also these go to somewhat contribute beyond character to just the growing mystery and revealing of things around At Achrann.
Yeah.
But we go. Let's
want to dive in.
Let's dive deeper. We gotta see
through the barrier.
Let's go through the barrier.
You're right.
Miguel. I should say, Michael Teskel, Jedi Master. What did you think of these 3 episodes? We've just binged essentially, 3 episodes more normally than we would have. I'm interested already to watch this again, just because we did 2 in a day, and then we did 1 a week for 2 installments, and then we've done 3 right now. So just the pace at which we have consumed this show as just the 2 of us is a little bit lurched, but not that that's necessarily any sort of big thing to unpack. I'm just curious, because the people have been out there digesting these in a more normal weekly fashion. But what did you think, sir? Did you have a favorite among these 3? What are you feeling going into the finale? Lay it on Us.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hey.
I, for one, I have to say, I
You don't have to.
No, I have to say it.
Okay.
I have to.
All right.
I feel
Let's make it
compelled.
That's what someone with something to say that has to say it would say.
This is undoubtedly
And undoubtedly, it's both.
the second or third best Star Wars show yet. Period. End statement.
I might co-sign that. There are a couple I haven't seen, but the competition in my mind, I mean, I feel like everybody in the room, it would probably, it's becoming a meme now, and I'm sure some people hate it, but like Andor, it was probably, everyone would say the top one, and then some season of The Mandalorian.
1 and 2 of Mando. 3, Skeleton Crew. 4, Ahsoka.
That's right.
5, Bad Batch.
Okay.
6, Mandalorian season 3.
Okay.
What other shows?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, I totally forgot Obi-Wan.
It was very okay.
It's funny.
It was pretty okay.
I loved it, but for all the wrong reasons.
Which reasons were those?
Purely a wave of whimsy nostalgia that allowed me to write off, like what I love about Skeleton Crew is take the Star Wars out of it. I think it's still a marvelous show.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Take the Star Wars out of Andor. It's still a marvelous show.
Yeah.
Take the Star Wars out of The Mandalorian. It's a little confusing, but it's still a really wonderful show. And I think that's sort of the recipe here.
Is that the recipe for all of fiction is if you take the gimmick out, it should still be good.
Well, it's sort of I think when Disney first acquired Lucas, there was a healthy assumption that by slapping the name Star Wars on it and leaning into nostalgia, that you would somehow manage to have the ability to produce infinite credits. One might say
they might be able to open up their own High Republic old mint.
Yeah. and I
wonder when was this
is a
written
metaphor? No,
on this?
Definitively.
I can imagine this being that because what a great delivery system for that.
What are they mining? They're mining old Star Wars where there's an unlimited amount of money to be made.
I would have killed if instead of those little credits, it was just filled with like classic action figures or something.
That's so funny. Like all of the Boba Fett action figures that they had to recall because all the shooting jetpacks.
Yes. This is the Star Wars I would write. Is they would it would be exactly this show until they get to the vault, and then it would be like this weird nexus point where you're like, wait a minute, all the things of our world, of our galaxy, are toys and
is that a Jar Jar
trinkets?
Binks Pez dispenser?
Is that a Jar Jar Binks lollipop who hyperextends its jaws so you can lick its tongue?
Yes.
Which I had.
I sure
and I lollipopped it.
So
yes,
I
though.
for one, I think what was really wonderful about this is that they were able to get back to basics.
Yeah,
I think the way in which they delivered the series, where, I mean, man, and I'll tell you, I came in burning hot as a hater. Like I really did. I really did, and I want to own that.
I mean, side of you.
Like
did the Acolyte really break you that hard?
I really had because I love the underlying premise of the Acolyte. I love the idea of exploring a different chapter of the galaxy and new characters, and instead what
Jedi
we got,
Master Gihun.
What we got was just a really poorly written series that somehow still managed to lean upon like nostalgia as its sole source of and it just didn't land the way I wanted it to, which is a shame because I was rooting for them. And coming into Skeleton Crew, I'll tell you what my assumption was.
Let's hear this.
This is what I thought the show was going to be based on the trailers and the things that I saw. A group of children who are the Goonies in space.
Yeah.
somehow, while traveling to a different planet, crash, and on a crashed planet that they're on, discover Jude Law, whom opens their eyes to the Jedi way, and he comes out of his shell after being a Jedi hermit who has sort of been living in obscurity for a long time, and rediscovers his love of the Force and adventures. Well, all the children come of age, but it's all on like one planet, and it's scary, and there's like horror element. It has like sort of a little bit of like more of a Stranger Things vibe.
Sure, I can see that. Yeah.
What I did not have, which makes a lot more sense, because when I heard Skeleton Crew, I was like, oh, like it's cool. Maybe like they, the ship crashes and like, they find like shipwrecks and there's like skeletons in it. I was taking it very literal, and I wasn't expecting that it was a pirate show. And
I mean, the Skeleton Crew is great because as a title, it functions in multiple ways, because part of you does think like, oh, you're going to find, some old ruin of a ship with a bunch of skeletons, but also...
Which they technically did.
And they are also technically a skeleton crew because they're just a tiny crew,
little,
just charting a course haphazardly. And also, you do get your spooky skeletons.
Yeah, no, and well, I think what was fun about it is it was similar to OG Star Wars. It wasn't afraid to genre hop. And it used the setting of Star Wars in a way that empowered the story and created sort of like a mystique of history and lore that for like those that are really into that sort of thing, like there was that really weird moment when you're like, I've never heard of this planet. This seems a little too shiny, and then when they're like, well, it's actually an old Republic planet, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And the way
it's got to be a nice treat for you as a more read Star Wars fan.
Well, it sort of creates this like something's off here,
a disturbance.
What is off? And as you start to peel back the layers, and the same thing with Jod, where it's he theoretically could be a Jedi because he's kind of that perfect age where he would have been a young person during Order 66. And so that all of these different components add these different interesting layers that when you peel it back, it takes the lore and the mythos, and I think a lot of what they sometimes lean too heavy on, and it uses it as a tool to propel the story forward and to reward those that are familiar with it, while also not denying somebody who's not familiar with it the ability to enjoy the story. And I think what's really cool about it is that this somehow runs exactly parallel to The Mandalorian and Book of Boba, which was very bottom on the list.
Which we did not rank. I was thinking
actually, no, I actually won above the Acolyte. Maybe. I got to think about it. No, it's below the Acolyte. Yeah.
Justice for the shiny bikes.
God, it's fine. Anyway,
we can discuss the we could discuss the I don't know what word I'm looking for, the less successful installments later.
Yeah, this was fun, and I was able to, at like a very stressful time of year and a very stressful to come and to watch the show and to watch it with a friend who.
We're finally friends?
No, Greg has just been standing over there this entire... He watches us well.
I mean, of course, friends.
Yeah.
No, but I feel...
No, with friends. Where it was very easy to just suspend disbelief and to go on this wonderful, emotional, magical roller coaster.
Yeah.
And I never really knew what was going to happen next in a, it could go that way, but they continue to subvert expectation while never veering so far from something that was believable.
Yeah.
And I give them a lot of credit because, number one, I think a lot of people, especially post-Acolyte, were coming into this with a very sour taste in their mouth.
Yep.
I think even the visuals of Star Wars Suburbia pissed people off and threw them off, and then they managed to...
It's a loaded visual in a fun way.
Well, it's loaded, but it also... They gave such a great canonical explanation of it.
Yeah.
That makes me be like, yeah, of course this, hidden away planet whose sole function is to like mint Old Republic credits is going to have this sort of like Norman Rockwell, but secretly
gonna be like Epcot.
dystopian. That's exactly its experimental prototype community of tomorrow.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm like, yeah,
everyone just works at the bank. We just live and work at the bank.
We live and work for the mouse. I actually lived in the Disney town of Celebration. Did you know that, John?
What?
Yeah,
a town of Celebration.
I'm not a shill.
Well, you don't live there no more.
Oh boy, I can't say anything bad about it. I think that's in the public domain now. So try to sue me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Good luck.
That's right. We got that Steamboat Willie horror movie coming up.
But this year, the normal Mickey Mouse is. Wow. Oh boy.
Oh, we just got Popeye too, but not Popeye's spinach fixation. That was added later.
Was it?
So yeah. I watched a video about Copyright Day.
Yeah.
Buck Rogers also in the public domain.
Oh, Buck Rogers.
And some other stuff that I need to go back and finish the video to remember. But yes.
What did you think, Buck?
I mean, I feel like we should. I wanted to hear the end of where you were going, but I'll pick it up and we can tie it all together. Because this has been a really fun show. I think partly because of where we are geographically in time for the journey of this phase of Star Wars, and I think it's a fun show to have an expert and a noob, take in, because I like that we've been able to share a lot of things as much as there are things where I can be like, hey, what's that? And like, I have to imagine that for somebody like me who's often seeing a Star Wars and is going like, oh wow, this is all kind of discovery, provided whatever thing we're taking in has some inspiration to it. Whereas, I hadn't thought so much about that. And I think that's something that they've been smart to do here and that they would be smart to do in the future, which is obviously kind of ineffable and hard to orchestrate as a science. But yeah, that idea of like, let's give people who know this intimately to the roots some little things to wonder about and to kind of throw you off. Because then everyone's having, I think just the more you throw people off in entertainment, the more potential there is for people to have fun and to get charmed by it. And so like, yeah, I think it's funny and interesting. And I wonder what level of intent was brought in when it comes to like, yeah, you see that promo image of like cookie cutter suburbs of the Star Wars universe, and you're like, that's a great representation of the sort of grim image of what people associate with Star Wars now. This sort of, this manufactured, only comprised of its original elements and nothing really that new. Like, it feels like a cookie cutter town if you're looking at it through that particular, POV. And then also it's coming at you with, not only is this Star Wars, which has just become a nostalgia thing anyway, but also it's another prolific nostalgic resurged genre of, again, the kids on bikes with flashlights, Stranger Things, Stand By Me, Goonies, whatever you want to say genre. And like, while I think it's struck a really nice balance and kind of growth, like it's arced in its like storytelling formatting, because like, yeah, there are things that are very much of the genres and motifs that they're trying to homage and trope. But as it's gone, there have been more, like strange little twists and turns and developments that you just didn't really expect. And so like there are times when kind of predicting, it's like when you're listening to a song, sometimes it's really satisfying when you can kind of hear what the resolve is going to be before it comes, and it comes and it's the resolve that you thought of. But other times it's fun to like see a chord coming and then, there's a left turn. And I think this show has done both in pretty well-tuned, proportions. Because, like, I don't know, it seems like it's not resting on the idea of like, people love Stranger Things, so we got to do that. This is like filling the void. Like in the culture for a while, they've been like, what's the next Pirates movie going to be? Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a hugely successful franchise. We don't know what to do with it. We got to change the guard somehow. Who's this person can star in it? That person's going to star with it. It's been hard to get a Pirates going. And I'm like, this is a great vacuum of entertainment to fill, because like, as you said, I think part of the thing that charmed people so much about The Mandalorian at first was like, oh, hey, this is like overtly turning up the levels on stuff that was originally inspiring Star Wars. And here, you know, as opposed to something like, you know, samurai stories or you know, old westerns, not that this doesn't also have that, but yeah, this is like, oh yeah, coming of age. It's a new thing we can throw into Star Wars that is, you know, just a category unto itself. And oh, hey, pirate thing. That's another thing that we haven't in the main entertainment. We have Han, we have smugglers, we have pirate stuff, but this is so pirate centric and it's using all the tropes of a pirate story also. And I feel like they found the right blend of familiar genre choices to make like a cool new thing in Star Wars that also, again, captures that element of nostalgia that has always been there. Because what was George Lucas doing at the beginning? He was finding a new fun way to incorporate the stuff he grew up loving, which is what most artists are doing in a lot of ways. But yeah, this, I feel like they really thought about how to have all the fun of a few genres, and then also, you said something about just the pacing of the story. It's like they allow for these intimate moments to arise where you didn't think they would necessarily. And as much as I might, I'll wait to see how this ends up, and I do want to watch this again in like a normal fashion, because like the kids I really like and I enjoy their ensemble. A part of me still feels like there's maybe like a bit of an episode missing to help me like love them. It's taking me a while to like learn their names, which is, you know, a metric you can put on anyone's effort. But also I feel like if a show is really punching it with the characters, you'll probably learn their names pretty quick or quicker, unless their names are Jod Na Nawood or whatever his like that. I don't know. Something about it, that name in particular just like confounds my processor.
Jod Na Nawood?
Jod Na Nawood.
That's what I said.
Jod Na Nawood. He's King Shark. That's all I think of.
What I think, something mysterious has occurred in the Star Wars universe. I don't think it's a setting anymore. I think it's a genre in of itself.
Oh, that's a good way to put that. That's a really good way to put that.
And I think the challenge that Disney has had is that they continue to place stories in the setting, but they have yet to identify what the core genre DNA of Star Wars is. And for a moment, I think they deceived themselves into thinking that it was a space western. Which, sure, that is a component of it.
Yeah.
But I think why this series succeeded so much, and I also think when, like, if you look at it from a slightly different point of view, no pun intended. Every Star Wars story is a coming of age story. Every great Star Wars story is a coming of age story. From the moment we met Luke, we found a protagonist who was going to confront a galaxy that they were not yet prepared to face. And they had a thought, a whimsy about what it may be like, and the reality was different. And that coming of age can take a lot of different shapes. It can be, you know, a small, you know, slave boy from Tatooine that, you know, ends up joining the Jedi Order, and his idea of what the Jedi are is completely different from what the experience is. And his coming of age doesn't necessarily have the ending that you want, but he still came of age. And I'd even argue for Andor and for some of these like really compelling characters, just because you're not 13 doesn't mean you can't come of age. You can't have one of those.
You can't have like a profound growth of character and rise to a call of some kind.
Yeah. And a lot of that means like confronting the vastness of the galaxy and accepting it for what it is, and coming to terms with your place in it, and ideally owning that. And throughout sort of the Star Wars, you know, like I look at like Ahsoka. Did you watch Ahsoka?
Yes.
Did we watch Ahsoka together?
Yes.
That's so awkward.
It's okay. It's okay. They all run together. It's all right.
Ahsoka, I think, struggled because it wasn't a coming of age in any sense. Like, you had two characters in the form of Ahsoka and Sabine, whom, like, Ahsoka, in so many ways at that point in the series, had come of age, and they were trying to, like, force this sort of interesting dynamic between the Padawan and Master that just, it didn't quite translate. And Sabine never really had that arc. And I think part of why they struggled with that is because they did such a beautiful job of those arcs in the Clone Wars and Rebels, respectively, where both of those characters are fan favorites. So it's sort of an interesting. I think that's why we love Star Wars. Like at its core is like, God, even Obi-Wan stepping up to the mantle of becoming a master to Anakin, and how viscerally uncomfortable that makes him because he's unprepared. I mean, I think that's sort of like the gift of George Lucas, right? And like the settings, the type of vibes and feelings that you get, yes, it changes. But that overall genre of Star Wars, this idea that like a farm boy from Tatooine can go on to take on an empire, that is self-evident in the most compelling characters in the franchise. And it's why we hold on to them. And for me, this was just wonderful because I think that it wasn't just the kids who were experiencing that coming of age. Yeah. I think it was also the parents, as I mentioned earlier, who were going through their own sort of coming of de-age in order to like find the part of themselves required to muster the courage to break out of their day-to-day lives in order to save their kids. And I think it's also Jod. I think Jod is going through a really interesting sort of this, like, where do I fit in this galaxy? And we've seen these ebbs and flows, but behind the clear desire for treasure and all of that, there definitely has been some form of growth. And whenever you have growth, there is that tremendous amount of pressure where you almost sort of double down on all the bad behaviors and all the things that you're evolving from. Yeah. And I'm hoping that that's where he's at. But like, yeah.
And two, with Jack, Jod, whatever his Silvo, his many names, I think, the more he develops, I like that you have the mystery of where he'll land, but you also have just this greater sense of like these past couple episodes, especially. I'm like, I can see the rage and like I can see all the questions I have. What I can see coming off of the performance and the writing anyway are pinging off all those things and going like, what happened to you, man? Like, who are you? Why can you be so warm and avuncular and rascally at times? Like in the first half of the series, he does have I've heard some people compare him to Jack Sparrow, and like in a sense, but like he's way more present than Jack, obviously. Sure. But he's got that in him, and he has like that tender moment with Wim
or anything.
Yeah, he's got that like kind of fatherly moment with Wim at one point, and he's like empowered and helped the kids at points when it's obviously been working for him. But like he's really been a bastard these last couple episodes, and really ruthless. And I like that the show doesn't have to have him as the lead so that he can have that latitude and longitude to do that. But it just, it makes me wonder what really happened to you as a person?
Have you ever, do you have like any like relatives that like escaped a war in a different country or something like that?
Goodness, not very close and not probably close. Alive anymore.
So like
not close range.
The vibe that I get, is sort of there is a warmness and a familiarness, right? Where, and in those moments, in all of those moments, he was quoting different Jedi Masters. All of those. There are little nuggets of quotes. Watching a group of kids, when you are an older person that has experienced trauma and war and survived, if he is a Jedi genocide, and then watching these privileged kids who take everything for granted, who like overly romanticize what has been like the most trepidatious and awful thing of his life. I mean, they're throwing around these credits with no idea what they're even worth.
Yeah.
And they've never been hungry. Yeah.
During this episode, I thought to myself, what if he was like a kid who lived through Order 66?
That's definitively what happened.
He's got the tutelage. It would come out in the lessons. You would understand how he's able to access that within himself. And yet, especially as of these couple episodes, you could see why yeah, as a headcanon, again, just reacting to this, it really does feel like, this guy he probably turned to a life of piracy. He still has whatever training he had up to that point. There's probably
suddenly he found an iteration of family. Suddenly he found an iteration of safety. He has never been able to hold a name.
Yeah.
Which, and even how he communicates about attachments and how dangerous attachments are is so typical of the Jedi way. And I think it's sort of the great irony of the Jedi way, right? Is that unwielding desire to remove yourself from all attachments to avoid the path to the dark side, inadvertently that repression of emotion
with no attachment.
Well, that's exactly, but that's sort of the larger folly of the Jedi. And I love that.
It's an interesting debate.
Luke is the one, I don't even think there's the debate. I think that the minute that Luke threw his lightsaber down and said, no, that's my dad, that was it. Because his attachment, his love for his father overcame the anger and the frustration. If he had no attachments, if he had kept going, Vader would have never been redeemed. And Luke would have never become the Jedi that he was meant to become.
Yeah.
And, and I think that's something that Star Wars, and very cleverly, George Lucas, I don't want to say retcon, but created sort of here are these really strict guidelines that no person with a heart can live by. And every Jedi is not only tempted by it, but gives into it in the same way that, you were my brother, Anakin. You were my brother. That's attachment.
Of course.
That's attachment, And so this, in my mind, is Jod is pushing further and further back from the children.
Yeah.
Because every time he is given into attachment, which the Jedi have taught him not to believe in, it has left him wrought and in heartbreak. And weirdly enough, I think that's him holding on to this element of his Jedi teachings in order to protect himself. The reason that he's become worse as the show has gone on is because he's become more and more attached to these kids.
Yeah. Which has actually felt like a really beautiful kind of proportional thing. Like, the interesting thing for me about this show too has been, in the moment watching them, they're so fun, they're easy to digest, they have all this flight and fancy, and I don't mean this as a slight. It's weird. In the moment, I'm having a good time, and it's that thing of this isn't the deepest thing ever, and I'm not really thinking about that, and it seems fun and bouncy. But then when I'm done, I get more out of it than I thought I was getting while I was watching it. It does kind of fly by in a way that is light in a way, and it's not necessarily going big for monologuing and deconstruction of ideas or whatever. But I feel just, in the conception of this and in the writing, they've put a lot of flavor and a lot of rich stuff in there so that even if it's not bonky, I feel with a lot of these shows, there have been these structures where you'll kind of see the story coming, and then they'll get to the end of 6 episodes and be like, here's a big reveal, which is what you've been expecting, which is what it seemed like the story was always leading to. And, we've talked about how sometimes the shows you could have done this in 3 episodes, or sometimes it's damn, you really needed 10. This has felt with his arc and the other things that have been happening. Again, I would like to see how it feels in terms of smoothness on a more consistently structured watch. But from here, at least, it seems like this has been a conscientious. This was conscientious in its design, and I got to credit everybody involved. I mean, John Watson, Chris Ford being the showrunners. It's nice to see that this is possible, and that in the grander Disney scale of things with all these Disney Plus shows anyway. There's a lottery of how well thought out was this in advance, and this feels like it was thought out in advance and probably unencumbered by needing to be modulated by a bunch of other things.
There was no lore drop required. Like this got back to, I've done extensive thinking, probably more than a normal human being would do, in terms of why do the prequels work? They really shouldn't. They've aged like fine wine, but they are such a divergence from the original Star Wars, right? it's hard for somebody that's never seen Star Wars to like watch 4, 5, and 6 and then go watch like episode 2, you know, or episode, like it's like a jarring experience. But I think there is a certain level of beauty in balance that comes with, at the heart of each of those films is this powerful, personal story. And we experience the galaxy through the perspective of these characters that are compelling and that are interesting. And they allow us to understand the conditions of. So, like, for example, you find a desolate waste where you have to literally harvest moisture in order to survive. And you see somebody who consistently can't even leave, can't even get out of that cycle because of the fear that the family has of what that will do if they don't have one extra hand on the farm. That makes the Empire feel definitively not like good guys, you know? Like they're not delivering. There's not comfort. There's not peace. There's not, you know, all those different experiences. And when you go into the world of the prequels, you sort of have this interesting, there is a tremendous amount of, and some of it's done in the form of politicking, but there is this really powerful relationship between master and apprentice, and all these sort of really different personal, powerful dynamics that, like, yeah, you begin to like experience Anakin's distrust and hatred of the system, of the political system, through the perspective of him being in love with somebody who is just constantly in a state of frustration over how things are going. And it's sort of this like,
he's at a nexus point because he's dating somebody he's with somebody on one hand who is involved in the political machinations, and he's also at the top of this order of, you know, monks essentially being primed
who
to
have
be like
the means to make it better theoretically.
Yeah.
You know, and but we explore the institution of the Republic and the institution of the Jedi Order through the personal experiences of the characters. And like when they don't give him the rank of master and you're watching all this like malarkey go on, that's just like absolutely confounding. It's hard not to be like, yeah, that's kind of messed. The whole thing is just kind of messed up, you know. But you do it in a way that you explore it through the lens and through the experiences of characters that you fall in love with, and I think that's something that this does really well at, and sort of gets back to basics. Is that like I'm experiencing these children going through this journey and adventure, and I am just as clueless as they are. What they've been able to tell me about their planet and their existence and the amount of lore that they've been able to build solely around how they interact in a completely opposite environment is, to me, like again, it's a setting, but it's more than that. It's a genre. And that genre is, it's extraordinary characters that are as fantastical and diverse and interesting as the galaxy itself, exploring a galaxy of limitless storytelling opportunities. And it's nice to see them beginning to realize what they actually bought in the first place.
Yeah. And I hope that this could continue. It's, again, I'm curious to see what'll happen here, because thankfully this has gone off with relatively little incident. I feel like it's almost best when you're not hearing that much about a Star Wars. And not that I'm on social media all the time, but like I feel like I definitely heard about the Acolyte and I didn't have to try. It always got back to me what people were saying about the Acolyte. And at one point in time, that was The Mandalorian and people loving on it. But this seems like something I'm curious to see what happens here, because the good, positive reception from both critics and audiences is a nice thing. This does seem to be part of, again, their sort of big more is more campaign. But yeah, I mean, I think something like Andor working, despite how different it is, kind of bolsters the potential success of something like this, because look at what people might point to in recent Star Wars as some of the better things. And they are these more isolated, more curious, more slightly off the beaten path. Again, like Star Wars, it's a setting. And George Lucas at first, and the various directors who helped, comprise the original 3 and then I'll even throw the prequels in there because that's kind of when you're still in pure territory, I guess. You know, it's like in that place, you know, there's not the context of like, well, Star Wars isn't the institution yet that it is now. And, you know, certainly it was to some degree in the 90s, but even to then, you still have like the original authors, and there's a sense of like, I'm just going to try stuff and I'm going to do things in my world. And I feel like it's harder to, from both, I imagine, a producerial standpoint, as well as from a director standpoint or whoever, to come in and be like, okay, we need the right amount of understanding of what this is, but also like enough non-reverence to you know, allow somebody to actually like take it. And
well, do you remember when the Force Awakens trailer dropped on Thanksgiving of 2000 and what was that, 14,
when we all found out that stormtroopers could be black?
We've always known that.
What? I didn't know that.
What we didn't know is that stormtroopers could take off their helmets.
Oh,
no, we didn't. We knew that from episode 4.
I was gonna say they mugged those guys. They took their suits, their armor.
But I remember watching that trailer over and over and over and over again, and pausing it at every little interval to try to see all of the little things that I could pull from lore and Easter eggs and all of that. And, you know, I feel like there's sort of a, and you see it with Marvel too, right? Like there is this sort of over dependence on that, where at the time I had all of it in the galaxy, right?
I remember when Easter eggs were literally things that were just for a couple people to catch, maybe. And now it's like they must be here.
It's every little frame. It's the seeing,
and they must be prominent.
Seeing the X-wing in the sand on Jakku.
I remember when Easter eggs were like you had to mess with your DVD player and like push the buttons in ways they shouldn't go to find a secret option. Anyway, sorry,
but I think they were thoroughly convinced that they could just ride on that forever. And after Endgame, and I honestly, I think after The Force Awakens, like immediately after, there was just this sort of like, no, we want more, but we don't know how to articulate it. And, you know, and I'm really interested. Like Andor season 2, I think is going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I know the plan was always 2 seasons, so that makes me feel a little bit better about it. But
there's definitely got to be some level of interaction with the massive success of the show.
Well, yes, and also like, what does that mean for a show like Skeleton Crew? Like I don't know what the numbers on this have been, but if this was a huge commercial success for Disney, are they capable of just letting the story be, or will we see these characters again? You know,
the next movie, they're all going to, everyone from every show is going to be in the next movie.
Well, listen, it wouldn't surprise me if Jod is in the next movie. Like, timeline-wise, it makes sense and all of that. And part of me is like, yeah, that would be really cool. But also part of me is like, this was a really wonderful, isolated story. And I kind of love the idea of just letting it be.
I think they should resolve, I think we'll see how it works at DC, but I think the James Gunn principle rings true. I'm like, if we have a good script and a story to tell, then let's tell that. And hey, if that's a sequel maybe or involves some past characters, great.
Yeah.
But like, it's not the same thing as this at all. But like talking to the guys who made the new Wallace and Gromit movie, they were like, oh yeah, we were making a 30-minute short at first. It just wasn't working until we figured out, oh, this other character from before who we had would be a perfect way to inject some actual stakes. And now we have a full ass feature movie. And I'm like, that sounded like, and in the experience of that movie was like, oh, very organic. This makes sense. It's cool to see this character again, but also there's a reason. And I feel like one thing that has plagued so many of these shows is just that like the writing, it was watching Loki season 2 again after so many other things from this stretch of Marvel was like, oh, whoa. You can just tell that they had and ironed out a plan. And I'm sure that plan got updated over time, but not in the same way it does when you're like conceiving something with
the intent
this level of changes and modularity in mind. And so,
that's well said. It's sort of I think that we as a like consumer of content culture, and even like have done to producers and creators, that the only way that your series can be considered a success is if it achieves multiple seasons, instead of being focused on telling a really great cohesive story. And that's sort of something that I love about like limited series, you know, or like they know what they are, so they're able to lean in that without worrying about what comes next. I think something that I've really enjoyed about this is that there is a pretty high probability that they can just close this story out in the next episode and that we'll feel satisfied. And like, sure, they could leave a thread, but unlike The Acolyte, for instance, which like I've never, you know, and I don't, this is no disrespect to, you know, anybody that worked on it, but like I've never seen a show try so hard to get a second season. And it tried so hard that it failed to produce a good first season. And, you know, and I think that's sort of,
I think that's the thing that a limited series allows you to do is without the intent and knowledge of like, we want this to be a million things, you can just leave it all on the table. And then if it does that well, like Squid Game, if it does that well, you can come back and go, well, shit, we left it all on the table. Now we got to work even harder and find a bit of inspiration. And for all intents and purposes, it worked pretty well for them. And certainly it can go very awry.
Don't lean on your merits. You know, I think is what it comes down to is have a great story to tell. Well, final thoughts.
We'll do a quick rundown of everything that was good in these 2 episodes. I really loved Lanupa.
Lanupa was magic.
Lanupa, like White Lotus, Star Wars, all day. Want the spin-off series right this minute. The Onyx Cinder, really enjoyed all the sort of like, ooh, the mystical ship stuff with that. The whole thing with the big bottom feeder lobster machine trying to eat them up was pretty sweet.
Follow.
Oh, the little trash droids, little hermit crab droids. I really did appreciate too that episode. What was it? The Zero Friends episode. You know, with the kids having their own.
That to me was the most important development episode. I wish that we had as much time with Bluey and
Fern. It feels like the centerpiece was women and KB in that, which I loved those bits, and I loved the use of the augmentations and the cool future sci-fi body mods for something other than cool shit. Like it was like
it was a really, as I said, you know, in real time, like what a brilliant way to communicate disability in that experience in a way that like wasn't forced or wasn't like so on the nose.
When it takes the moments to like articulate, like that's the thing is like the kids have a really natural rapport together, and like the fun stuff and the perilous stuff all hits right. But like they always strike me most when they take those brief, like, oh dang, we're having like an intimate sort of like, how do you describe as a kid, like, you know, I'm different now, and she doesn't really like acknowledge that, and like the different, you can kind of see what's happening, and it's the way that was articulated and conceived of in the writing as well just seemed like, oh yeah, that's a really nice thing you did not have to do that goes all the like it is
the mind of a child is
like that's some of the best stuff you can do in a show like this, and
I wholeheartly agree.
And I really like the moment, like the performance of that moment, all that stuff. Pocket fun little addition there, Bounty Hunter.
So that was I really enjoyed that entire like it's so funny because everything that I hated about Canto Bite. You know, like they took so many of the similar beats if you think about like what it represents and what it is, but it was just executed in like such a better just such a better way. And you know, I enjoyed like the Indiana Jones callbacks, like,
and that is another instance when Disney borrows from Doctor Who. They often come up with some gold because Lanupa is is pretty much a Doctor Who episode I've seen 3 versions of, and like when Loki is very Doctor Who. Like there are various things in Marvel that borrow from Doctor Who. Like when they
lean in on it, and it was, that episode was fun because the Easter eggs were subtle, like so subtle. I mean, like. Even this sort of like antique lightsaber that was even in like the hilt design, very much like a High Republic, Old Republic style. I was like, that's so cool. Like they're even setting like the the antiquity of this and like taking this feeling of Indiana Jones and history and applying it to the Star Wars galaxy. And what a fun way to explore that.
And putting them in appropriate places for those kinds of references to show up.
Absolutely.
You know, like, yeah.
And this just like the novel idea of like that it's underneath this luxury spa. It's just
with
so
a Cthulhu guy
funny.
just chilling.
With like
Cathalops, my dude.
Which like putting like not beating around the bush, calling him what he is, you know.
So good. Well, and that's an instance where I'm like, we're far enough along now that no one thinks you're cool because you know who H.P. Lovecraft is, so that we can have fun with that and acknowledge outside of Star Wars in a fun, cheeky way. And you know, she looks like Jordy.
Yeah.
Like there's a celebration of
even like Brutus being the one that like stabs Jod in the back, like, like you know, it's not afraid to be a little bit on the nose. But it still delivers on all fronts.
Yeah. It's smartly constructed for all those things. So when it's doing that stuff, it's having fun. I had a great thingy that I could have capped us off with. So way before Brutus, who did you mention? You mentioned somebody else. That's what it is. I heard some advice once, and it's not anything mind-blowing. Basically, someone, I can't remember who, they asked like, hey, what would you tell, what's your advice for like people who want to write horror? It was some horror person talking about this. And he was like, read other stuff. Go out and read a bunch of or watch a bunch of other kinds of stuff. And then bring that, because if you're only reading horror, you're going to limit yourself. And I feel like this show has done a nice sort of example of that, where it's like, yeah, it's got all this Star Wars stuff, because of course, but like so many moments stand out where they're clearly nodding at other things, and some of those are well within the Lucas-y sort of wheelhouse, but other things are a little beyond that in ways that are fun, and I feel like that keeps Star Wars feeling alive versus feeling like this thing we keep trying to plug in.
We talk about cinematic universes a lot. Yeah. This is a whole freaking galaxy, man.
And stuff like this that maybe isn't as like earth-shattering makes the map feel bigger, ironically.
Alderaan shattering?
That's right. Absolutely. I'm always thinking of Alderaan shattering.
Rest in pieces. No, and just on a final note, there is something to be said. It doesn't always happen. They try sometimes. Sometimes it's more effective than others. When a ship becomes a character, there is something really, really wonderful. And it's something I think the
ship comes of age.
Yeah, no, but actually, it has its metamorphosis.
You never pushed that button.
And part of it is that the ship itself became like a younger version of itself, which I think is genuinely at the heart of this series. And it's also, and this is, I think, where we should close it. It's also a call to action for the audience. It is stop with all the grumpy, curmudgeon-y exterior that we have, and let's go back to that inner child, that thing that made us fall in love with a galaxy far, far away in the first place. And let's not be afraid to see where that adventure takes us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said.
Thanks, John.
That is beautiful. Also, I hope they paste Smee's head back on.
They will.
Gang, what did you think of Skeleton Crew episodes 5, 6, and 7?
Leave your comments down below. There's a high probability that I will respond to them. And again, on behalf of myself, the host, and my associate here, Obi-Jon Kenobi.
Hey. Thank you,
we just want to say
Tessel.
Thank you for your patience as we enjoy the holiday season. And we hope that your new year is off to a phenomenal start.
Truly.
And as always, use the Force to leave a like, hit that notification bell, and remember, the Force will be with you always.
We're gonna end the video now.
We're going home!